All right, welcome YouTube to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. My name's Jim. I am a crypto trader and a forex trader, and I go over the elite wave count of Bitcoin every day on this channel and try to help with trade psychology and give you kind of a wave forecast of where things are heading. So that's what we're doing today. Glad you made it by. We're going to look exclusively at the elite wave count and just tell you where I think we're headed. I did a lot of macro analysis yesterday in the live stream last night, so you can go back to last night's live stream and check that out. I'm exclusively going to look at the micro right here, and the big question mark is: are we going up or down from this location? Okay. It's kind of a challenging situation in the chart, and I want to tell you about three scenarios that I can see, or four, and so there's so much different things that we can be looking at. So let's look at it. Okay, so let's jump in. Don't forget this is financial advice. Okay, so what's the first thing that we might have here? We might have a triangle in the works. I don't think this is the primary count. In fact, this is the least likely count that I'd like to present, but I'll at least offer it as a possibility. In a triangle, the rules are there need to be five waves, okay, and those five waves need to be made up of three-wave moves, each one of them, okay. So we'd have to have a three-wave move there, a three-wave move here, a three-wave move here. We should be making another three-wave here, and then another one, and then we break up to the upside after that. That's the way that would look if we were to label that from an Elliott wave perspective. There you got A, B, C, D, and E, like that, and then we'd be breaking up from there most likely. That's the way a triangle should play out, and that would be the fourth wave. That means you'd have a fifth wave to the upside here, close. It would probably push the $10,000 region most likely, and then we'd have a reversal after that. Okay, because that would be the fifth wave finishing, and then we'd have a reversal. So scenario number one. So let's watch out for that. The problem with that is this actually has to turn into three waves, and we're going to talk heavily about this wave right here and why that's got me concerned. Because I'm actually trading this to the downside, but I'm considering shifting my focus to the upside right now because of the nature of this wave right here. This wave is actually coming up what I see as a five-wave move, and I'll show you how I count that here in just a minute. But if that's five waves, okay, that means that this wave needs to come back down for three and go up another five, and that'll give a three-wave move. If that's going to be a triangle, that's the shape it's got to make. Okay, if it comes up here and starts coming up in this region, then this isn't a triangle. Okay, if it breaks this trend line, then most likely we're not dealing with a triangle. All right. So that's number one to look at. All right, let's look at number two option. Number two option is that we have a 3-3-5 in our hands. We have sorry about that. In fact, let me just get rid of the triangle here. We actually have a running flat on our hands. We got a three-wave move here, a three-wave move there, and then we have a five-wave move right here. Not sure how to delineate that five-wave. It could be like this, something like that. But it's a running flat. So if I were to draw a picture of that guy here with lines, we'd have a running flat shape. Boom. Okay, and that means the correction is over and it's very bullish, and we're heading up from there as well. Now, the reason why I'm looking at that as a possibility for a bullish count is because of the nature of this wave, which I just alluded to. Let's go down to the 5-minute chart and let me show you what I'm seeing here. I was expecting this particular wave to actually be coming up correctively to the upside, but it's actually looking more like a one wave than it is anything. A first wave of a move to the upside is in particular. Now, the market makers are doing a great job in kind of hiding their moves, okay? Because let me just show you some of the stuff they're doing here. Right here, that looks like a three-wave. Just first glance, this looks like a three-wave move, which we often say that's just corrective, right? That's a corrective, nature. And if I throw the fibs on this guy, boom, boom, you can see how we're dancing around the 127 extension, okay? And we would expect that if we get up here to 89.40, we should have a rejection after that. We should have a sharp rejection. And so on first glance, it looks like we got a three-wave move working, so that we would define that three-wave move with waves like this, okay? And then we would expect a rejection to the downside like so. with continuation on down to that $7,800 target that I've been talking about for several days. But let me show you something tricky here that you might want to just put in your arsenal of understanding here, and that is the 1-2-1-2 often starts out very. It looks corrective when it's first starting. Okay, it actually measures when we measure just this particular wave and we look at the extension, you can see that this comes to the 127 extension as well, or almost to the 127 extension. Let me see. Yeah, it's more like the 1-to-1 extension, but that's kind of a corrective shape. It is. But if you look at each individual wave here, what you have is you have a 5-wave move here and a 3-wave move back. Then there's another 5-wave move right there. You say, where's that 5-wave move? If we go down to the 2-minute time frame, you can really see that 5-wave move in there. Let's see if I can help you see it. And it even measures, and it's got an extended 5th wave. So the way I would count this right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It's beautiful. Everything shows up nicely on the fibs there. If I haven't even measured it, but I can tell. I can just look at it and tell. Here you have the 3rd wave came up to the 3,618. You had a 4th wave pullback. I'll bet you if I put the fibs on that 4th wave right here, boom, we come just past the 382, which is where we expect the 4th wave to come. And then we have a nice 5-wave delineation for the 5th wave of that. So this is a really nice impulse wave. Okay, right here, this is a very nice impulse wave here. So we've got a 1, 3-wave pullback for a 2, comes down to the 618 golden zone. That's a beautiful retracement there. And then you have a nice impulse wave with another retrace down past the golden zone here. This is more like the 786. Okay, and so this is really on the small time frame looking more like a 1-2-1-2. Okay, it's small, but it is there. Okay, and this is the way the market makers are kind of concealing their impulse moves. Concealing the direction, because remember, they have to, in order for them to take the price up, they need willing sellers. And so guys like me who are looking for corrective waves, this looks like a 3-wave move. This looks like a 3-wave correction to some degree. So we'd have to wait and see how this is going to play out. But right now, this is actually looking more impulsive than it is corrective to me. So if we're getting a correction, an impulse off of this, and I look at Ethereum and I say, okay, Ethereum had a nice 3-wave move down to the 1-to-1 extension. It's not a running flat. It's just a 535, and it came down to some structure lines that I already had drawn. We have a nice hidden bullish divergence here on Ethereum on the 2-hour chart. I mean, there's a lot of signs here saying there's an up move to come. Rather than a down move. And so in the immediate term, we're looking potentially up as our direction. So what I would expect, and here's the way I want to play this as a trader, is if this is a 1-2, that means this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 4th wave, and now we need to get a 5th wave up like so. It's going to be kind of a big wave. I'm going to expect a kind of a droppy kind of wave after that, kind of a sharp move to the downside to come back down to structure here. This is going to be my entry point. If we get that, it's going to be my entry point for a long trade to the upside. I want to wait and see if we actually get such a shape. Okay, so one of the things I do as a trader, as Elliott Wave traders, I use structure to really help me understand structure and Fibonacci levels to help me understand where price is heading. And so if this is looking impulsive, if we get a nice impulse, run a 5th wave impulse. In fact, let's see if we can project where the 5th wave might come. 1 to 4, there we go. We'd be looking here a move up to probably 786 to 90.45. 89.83 is a potential as well. So we'd be looking for that possibility as an impulse. Now, the good news is it shouldn't run away from us on that wave. We should get a 3-wave pullback before we get our big giant wave to the upside that's going to move on us. So that's what I want to watch and see. I want to make sure. I want to see if this is going to be bullish. I need to see this finish out as an impulse wave. I want to see this finish. Okay, and once it finishes, I then want to see a three-wave pullback that comes to 50 to 60% of this wave, and I want to see it corrective and three waves, and then I want to see signs of a reversal candle. Okay, a nice impulse to the upside. If I see that, we're going long. Okay, and then we're going to ride that to the upside. That's the way I'm thinking about it. All right, now let me talk about those are the bull counts that I see. We got the triangle bull count or the running flat bull count in Bitcoin. So those are the two that I'm looking at. That's the way I'm going to trade it. Now let me tell you the bear count, and it's kind of a big ultra bear count. So let me talk about the bear count for you, and you can just understand what else we might have going on. Okay, what we might have going on here is we got a they could interpret this as a five-wave impulse with a three-wave pullback, and this is another five-wave impulse. Okay, and now we're in the beginning of a three-wave pullback. In other words, this is going to be a 1-2 1-2 to the downside, which is another possibility. Okay, so in other words, this would be one. Okay, you got two wave. This is one. Now this five wave impulse is still going to be made. I need a three wave pullback and another five wave. Okay, so that would be a three wave pullback right there. A 1-2 1-2, and then we get a huge move to the downside. Okay, so this is interesting because what this is setting up to do is that once this five wave finishes. Okay, once this five wave finishes, remember I'm looking for a three wave pullback before we go long, right? Which I was just talking about for the bull count. Well, what's interesting about it is that this three wave pullback is also going to be there if it's a 1-2 1-2 bear count to the downside. Okay, we're going to get a three wave pullback. Okay, it's going to be similar like 50 to 60%, and then we're going to get another push to the upside. So the question will be, well, how do you know if it's going to be the corrective wave that's going to reverse on you or the bull wave that's going to keep going up? Well, you don't know. So the smart move is to go ahead and hedge this. This move if this structure continues to look like this, and go long here anyway and play that long move, and it's for several $100s anyway, so that's not such a bad move. Okay, and what you would want to do is look to take profit potentially at the 1-to-1 extension. So let's just say this thing comes back, I don't know if this thing goes up here and then comes back to about structure zone here, and we get it. If price comes here to the 1-to-1 extension at 91.74, doesn't break the top there, that would be a good two wave. 90.79 would be the 786. That would be a good place to take profit, or to be looking for reversal to see if there's any signs of reversal, and then going short for the bear move, or holding for if it looks like it's continuation for the bull move. And so that's kind of what's going on in the chart, the way I'm seeing it right now, and that's the way I'm trading it. That's the information I wanted to share with you today. Lots to look at. I'm going to walk my trading group through that as these waves are being made, but that's the way I see the waves right now based on Elliott wave principles. We'll have to wait and see if there's anything else that could develop. So yeah, I hope that analysis helps you guys and gives you something to think about as you just think of the micro count. Remember, we have the macro count analysis in yesterday's live stream. You can check that out there. All right, you guys have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Hope that information was helpful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hey, share the videos if you can, and leave lots of comments. It really helps the channel. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.